Hi, today you will see how we schedule appointments in Google Calendar. Our goal here is to ensure that our appointments are well communicated with our listing specialist through the calendar. So first is we view and review the Google Calendar before our first call. So this means that we make sure to check the listing specialist's activities in the next 5 days, 3 to 5 days at least. Now, we have to be aware of prior commitments or activities that are already placed in the calendar. So do not assign any appointment for a specific time that's already blocked. So like this one, for the 4th of February, we can no longer add an appointment for 4 to 5 p.m. as your listing specialist would have his webinar by that time. At the same time, on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., he will be on an open house. So that's very important that we check with him if we can schedule still on Saturday, but if not, then please do not schedule anything. Unless we are given an approval to go ahead and schedule, then we can go ahead and do that. Now, if it is actually a hot lead, push to schedule an appointment closest to your conversation. Let's say today is the 3rd and it's, say, 10 in the morning or 9:30. Now, we try to push the schedule closest to our conversation. If possible, we schedule them in the next 30 minutes. Now, this will maximize our chances of getting a physical appointment, or at least a phone appointment conducted. So just don't forget to communicate with your listing specialist via chat or email, aside from updating them on the calendar. So this is what we have here. So this is a hot lead. She would like to sell in the next 1.5 months because she is getting married. Now, her husband purchased a new house in Tarlac, and the proceeds of the sale will be for the furnishings of their new house. So what we do is we go ahead and send our listing specialist a chat or an email. So whichever would be faster. Now, your listing specialist will tell you how he would want to see the appointments in his calendar. So if not, then please do ask. So start with the subject line. So this is the subject line. So does he want to see, or does he want it to appear with the lead's name and address, or just the lead's name, or with something else? Now also ask for the day and the time to set an appointment, like what would be the earliest or the latest to set an appointment, or should there be one scheduled for the weekends or the holidays, or which holidays can he make calls? So know if there should also be gaps in between appointments. So can you schedule 10:30 to 11:30 and then 11:30 right away, or do you have to wait for another 30 minutes? Those are special or important information that has to be asked to your listing specialist. So let's go back to Dorothy. Now, on your calendar appointment, carefully supply important information needed. So here is an example. So Dorothy actually agreed for a phone appointment the following day, so 10:30 a.m. And so what we put here on the subject is the LPA and then her name. And then we also put it on the description, plus the address, her phone number, and our remarks. So on your remarks, you may provide the seller's motivation for selling and or moving, and what she or he thinks of the property, and if they had additional furnishings or modifications on the house, especially after the listing expired. So lastly, we go ahead and review the listing after the schedule. See if your listing specialist was able to speak with the lead, and if you have to do anything. So your listing specialist would leave his notes on the physical appointment if you need to schedule or reschedule the appointment or place them on a follow-up folder. So going back to Dorothy, we see here that, so this is our remarks, and then our listing specialist has talked to Dorothy, and it so happened that Dorothy would need to speak with her husband before setting an appointment. So we would have to place her, according to the notes, we would have to place her on Monday calls. So that's actually one of the examples that we can do after the schedule. So we check it and then we see if it's actually a physical appointment already or we have to do anything else. Okay, and that's how we actually schedule appointments in Google Calendar. So thank you so much for watching.